partnership with PBU. My name is Gladys Mungai. Good morning.
Honorable members, let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. I direct that quorum bell be rung for 10 minutes.
The quorum bell has been rung at the National Assembly this morning, and according to the directives by the Deputy Speaker, currently presiding over the business of the National Assembly, is that a particular quorum bell should be rung for 10 minutes to give members of the National Assembly some leeway to make their way into the chamber this morning to allow the House commence business this morning. This directive on quorum has been guided by the House Standing Orders number 34, subsection 1, that guides the House upon the commencement of business on matters quorum. According to the Standing Orders of the National Assembly, we need at least 50 members to be in the chamber this morning for the commencement of business presided over by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Boss. Before I handed you over to the live proceedings of the chamber, I was just taking you through the highlights in the order of business this morning, where the House is set to consider the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill proposed by Honorable Joyce Kamene. The House is set to resume debate on this afternoon. This bill is seeking to amend the Higher Education Loans Board Act of 1995. The objective of the bill is to amend the Higher Education Loans Board of, this is Higher Education Loans Board Act number 3 of 1995 to expressly provide that the Higher Education Loans Board shall not deny a loan to a student who has not attained the age of 18 years. The amendment further provides that any student who applies for an education loan and who is under the age of 18 years shall be required to have his or her parents or guardians are co-signatories to the loan agreement so as to ensure that the validity of the loan agreement is in place. According to the sponsor of this bill, this will ensure that university students who have not attained the age of 18 years and who do not yet have national identification cards are allowed to access higher education loans. The amendment will thus ensure that loans are accessible to all eligible university students despite their age. The bill by Honorable Joyce Kamene does not delegate legislative powers and does not limit fundamental rights of freedom. And this bill does not concern county governments in terms of Article 109, subsection 5 of the Constitution, as it does not contain provisions that may affect the functions and the powers of the county governments as yet are set out in the fourth schedule of the Constitution. The move of this bill goes on to outline that universities and other institutions of higher learning is a function of the national government as provided in Part 1 of the fourth schedule of the Constitution, and this does not in any way interfere with the affairs of the county governments. Well, away from the proposals in the Higher Education Loans Amendment Bill, the House this morning is set to consider the report of the financial statement of state corporations in Nyanza region. This is a motion by the Chairperson Public Investment Committee on Matters Governance and Education. The committee, through its chair, is seeking to have the House adopt the report of the Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education on its examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of state corporations, that is in the Nyanza region, for the financial year 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2020-2021, the committee having laid its report on the table of the House on the 25th day of July 2024. The Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 35 of the year 2022, is lined up for consideration this morning. We will be expecting members of the National Assembly to make their contributions in regards to various amendments proposed in the Political Parties Amendment Bill. This is National Assembly Bills number 35 of the year 2022, and this bill is by the Vice Chairperson, Procedure and House Rules Committee. Equally, this morning, the Equalization Fund Administration Bill, this being a bill originating from the Senate, Bill number 14 of the year 2023 by the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Matters Finance and National Planning, is lined up for consideration this morning. Person to Standing Orders of the National Assembly, Standing Orders number 44, subsection 2C. Number of members of Parliament are set to request for statements. Honorable Bernard Kitur, the Member of Parliament for Nandi Hills constituency, is set to request for a statement on the status of illegal organ harvesting in Eldoret City. The statement on illegal harvesting of organs in Eldoret City will be handled by the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Matters Health. Honorable Mashua Waithaka, the Member of Parliament for Kiambu, will be requesting for a statement on the status of internet connectivity in ICT hubs within Kiambu constituency, and the request for statement will be handled by the Committee on Matters Information and Innovation. The House Committee on Administration and Internal Security will be handling the request for statement on security situation in the areas of Tarbaj constituency. This statement will be sought by Honorable Hussein Abdibare, the Member of Parliament for Tarbaj. And finally, understanding orders number 44, subsection 2C, Honorable Omar Mwinyi closes that chapter. The Member of Parliament for Changamwe is set to request a statement on the grievances by employees of Ashton Apparel EPZ Limited and Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited. The statement that will be sought by Honorable Omar Mwinyi, the Member of Parliament for Changamwe, will be tackled by the Departmental Committee on Matters Labor. This morning, we equally expect the National Assembly to debate the motion on the alleged unfair trade practices by foreign investors in Kenya. This is a motion by the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Matters Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. And the Chair seeks to have the House adopt the report of the Departmental Committee on Matters Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on the inquiry into the alleged unfair trade practices by foreign investors in Kenya. The Committee on Matters Trade, Cooperatives and Industries
5 minutes.
Report on the table of the House on the 7th March 2024. I gather that the Deputy Speaker has added an extra 5 minutes to the members yet to make their way into the chamber this morning to do exactly that, to allow the House to commence business this morning. And these directives given under Standing Orders number 34 guide the House on matters quorum when the House is commencing business. According to the Standing Orders on matters quorum, the directive of the bell ringing for 5 and 10 minutes have already been given. And upon the lapse of the extra minutes that have been given by the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Boss, currently presiding over the business of the National Assembly, is that if there is still no quorum present, the Speaker shall adjourn the House forthwith to the next sitting. Today being a Thursday, in the event that quorum is not attained, the Speaker has no other option other than adjourning this morning's sittings up to the next fourth sitting, which is today at around 2:30, at 2:30 p.m., not at around, at exactly 2:30 p.m. is when the House sits on Thursday. So we await to see if the House is going to raise that pertinent number of 50 to commence business this morning, and the directives that will be given by the Speaker in the event that has not been attained. So currently we have the whipping members of the National Assembly to make their way into the chamber this morning to raise that pertinent number of 50 to allow the House to commence business this morning, failure to which the Deputy Speaker will be forced to adjourn this morning's sitting until in the afternoon, when the House is yet again lined up for a sitting, today being a Thursday. The third report on the consideration of the audited accounts of specified state corporations is a motion lined up for debate this morning. This motion is by the Chairperson, Public Investments Committee on Matters Social Services, Administration and Agriculture. The committee, through its chair, is seeking to have the House adopt the report of the Public Investments Committee on Social Services, Administration and Agriculture on its consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the following state corporations. The state corporations in question are the Kenyatta National Hospital, the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, the Kenya Veterinary Board, the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, and finally, the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. These reports are ranging from the year 2000 all the way to 2013 for KBC, 2017 all the way to 2021 for the National Authority for the Campaign Against Drug Abuse, and for the Kenya Veterinary Board from the year 2018 all the way to 2021. the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority for the year 2017 up to 2019, and the Kenya National Hospital, the Kenyatta National Hospital from 2018 all the way to 2020. These are audit reports in regards to how the state corporations used or utilized the monies allocated to them. The Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bills number 38 of the year 2023 by the Chairperson Public Investments Committee on Matters Governance and Education is lined up for debate this morning. We equally anticipate debate on the report of the extraordinary session of the 6th Pan-African Parliament, PAP. This is a motion by the member of the Pan-African Parliament that the House notes the report of the Kenyan delegation to the extraordinary session of the 6th Parliament of the Pan-African Parliament that was held in Midrand in South Africa from the 20th to the 27th of March 2024. The caucus representing a Parliament of Kenya in South Africa laid its report on the table of the House on the 2nd day of May this year. The debate on the report of the performance audit report on the provisions of services to persons with disabilities by the National Council for Persons with Disabilities is expected to take place this morning. This motion is by the Chairperson Public Investment Committee on Social Services, Administration and Agriculture, and the committee on behalf the Chairperson on behalf of his committee is seeking to have the House adopt the report of the Public Investments Committee on Matters Administration and Agriculture on its consideration of the performance audit report by the Auditor General on the provision of services to persons with disability, the National Council for Persons with Disability, and this report was laid on the table of the House on the 30th of July 2024. Some movements in the chamber this morning to ascertain whether the quorum has been achieved, and in the event the House is not properly quorated, the Speaker adjourns the House.
Members at the door, please walk in. So we can start. Okay, let us proceed, honorable members. Those members say. First order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Honorable members, allow me to reorder the order paper. Just before you start, Honorable Osoro, when we get to order number 6, we shall move to order number 8 to 15, and then get back to order number 7. You may proceed, Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, November 28th, 2024, in this morning sitting. Reports of the Auditor General and financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2024, and the certificates therein in respect of Mombasa, Nairobi, Addis Ababa Road, Corridor Project Phase 3, number PZI DBO 095, loan number 2100-1500-255546, Kenya National Highways Authority. 2, Mombasa Gate Bridge Construction Project. 1, loan agreement number KEP34, Kenya National Highway Authority. 3, Nairobi Metropolitan Services Improvement Project, IDA credit number 5102 KE, State Department for Housing and Urban Development. Number 4, Samatar Wajir Road, project loan number 13451P, 13/779 and 995, Kenya National Highway Authority. Number 5, National Urban Transport Improvement Project, IDA credit number 5140, KE, Kenya Railways Corporation. 6, Horn of Africa Gateway Development Project, grant credit number 6768, KE, State Department for Roads. 7, South Sudan Link Road project, reference number 2020, 62065, and BMZ number 2020, 83939, Kenya National Highway Authority. Bagamoyo Horohoro Lungalunga Malindi Road project, phase 1, ID number PZI DBO 129, Kenya National Highway Authority. Meril Marsabit Road Rehabilitation Project, KE 00109, loan agreement number KE FED 2009 021 655, Kenya National Highway Authority. Number 10, Nairobi Thika Highway Improvement Project, Lot 3, Government Concessional Loan Agreement number 2009-39, total number 290 129 000 30220 091 0585, Kenya National Highway Authority. 11, National Urban Transport Improvement Project, IDA credit number 5140, KE, Kenya National Highways Authority. Number 12, Nairobi Thika Highway Improvement Project, Lot 1 and 2, credit number 2100 155 44, project number PKE DBO 018, Kenya National Highway Authority. And number 13, Honorable Speaker, improvement of rural roads and market infrastructure in Western Kenya, project credit number BAMZ 2007 65 123, KFW and Kenya Rural Roads Authority. Number 14, East African Trade and Transport Facilitation Project, IDA credit number 4148, KE, Kenya National Highway Authority. And finally, Honorable Speaker, Arusha Namanga at the River Road Development Project number PZIDBO 040, Kenya National Highway Authority. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 8, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover to reply? No, to move.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Amendment Bill National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024 be now read a third time. And I also request Honorable Oudo to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second.
I now propose the question, which is that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024, be now read a third time. I now put the question, which is that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2024, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of Parliament to amend the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Act. Order number 9, motion, Report of the Committee of the Whole House on the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover?
Let's finish them. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024, be now read at that time, and I also request the Honorable Ferdinand Wanyonyi to second.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024, be now read a third time. Thank you, honorable members. I therefore put the question, which is that the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2024, be read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Kenya Roads Board Act 1999. Order number 10, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on the Kenya Revenue Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2024. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I put the question, which is that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment Bill number 2, Amendment number 2, I move again, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment number 2, Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2024 be now read at that time, and I also request the Honorable Rachel Nyamai to second.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment number 2, Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2024 be now read a third time. I therefore put the question, which is that the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2023 be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, allow me to repeat. There was a slight typo. Let me repeat the question. I therefore put the question, which is that the Kenya Revenue Authority Amendment number 2 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2024, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Kenya Revenue Authority Act. Order number 11, the Public Finance Management Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2024. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Public Finance Management Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2024, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Public Finance Management Act to provide for financial management in the transfer of functions between Article 187 of the Constitution and for connected purposes. Order number 12, the Public Finance Management Amendment number 4 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 45 of 2024, second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Public Finance Management Amendment number 4 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 45 of 2024, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Public Finance Management Act and for connected purposes. Order number 13, the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 48 of 2024, second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 48 of 2024, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act and for connected purposes. Order number 14, the Unclaimed Financial Assets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2024, second reading, question.
I'll put the question. The Unclaimed Financial Assets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 15 of 2024, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Unclaimed Financial Assets Act and for connected purposes. Order number 15, the Land Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 39 of 2023, second reading, question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Land Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 39 of 2023, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to regulate certain transactions in land and for connected purposes. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, I think we have several statements. A statement to be being requested. Yes, the Honorable Abdi Bare, member for Tarbaj.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Orders, Order number 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the security situation in Sheptakuro area of Tarbaj constituency. Honorable Speaker, on 15 September 2024, an incident of insecurity occurred along Wajir Mandera Road in Sheptakuro area between Kutulo sub-county and Wargadud location. 2 lorries, a Mitsubishi Fuso of registration number KCR 887U and an Isuzu FVR 90 of registration number KDP 723S being driven from Mandera to Wajir were ambushed by unidentified individuals. The attackers set both vehicles ablaze, leaving them completely destroyed, but the drivers managed to escape unscathed. The motive of the heinous act remains unknown, causing fear and anxiety among the locals on the state of security in the area. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, a report on the status of investigation into the incident, including whether any arrests have been made since the incident was reported to Kutulo Police Station under OB number 09/15/09/2024. 2, the measures put in place by security agencies to ensure that the Wajir-Mandera Road project, which is part of the Horn of Africa Gateway Development Project that is currently ongoing, is not disrupted by further incidents of insecurity. And 3, the long-term strategies in place to address and permanently resolve the persistent issues of insecurity in Tarbaj constituency and the entire region of Kenya. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I've exercised my discretion to allow the Honorable Member for Lafi to say something. They're giving you the mic. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. May I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Hussein, member for Tarbaj, for coming up with this statement. Madam Speaker, it is a concern. I have an interest on this statement. The owners of the said vehicle, one of the owners comes from my constituency, which is Lefe, and the other one comes from the neighboring constituency, which is Mandera South. This incident happened on September this year. Up to date, we have me and the honorable member and the member for Mandera South. We have been together on this matter, and we have at least make sure that no other incident happen in that area. We have brought the community together, but kindly, Madam Speaker, I want you to help us on this, because since September, we have not get any report concerning on this from the security department. We even went up to the area and had a meeting with the security department, and they have assured us that they will give us report in due course. Almost 4 months later, we don't have any response. So kindly, we request you, the chair of security, to kindly, before we go to recess, to give us a response on this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, I don't see the chairperson for Committee on Administration and Internal Security, but Majority Whip, I'll leave that to you. But probably they can do what the Speaker directed yesterday for a similar case, that instead of writing a letter to the internal security, is to summon
indeed it's true, Honorable Speaker. It may really not be practical to have the response in just about 2 weeks, like you've said, because the Honorable Member has requested, owing to the fact that, Honorable Speaker, we are proceeding for recess and ELA games sometimes next week. But the earliest possible, of course, when we assume, he'll be able to respond appropriately, or even have the
No, I'm directing that the relevant committee summons the peers to appear before them, which can be done in the course of next week, so that you're able to dispense with it before recess, so that we don't use the usual format of sending the letter and then waiting for a response, because I think it would be too long if we wait until February. Thank you. Next statement, the member Mashua Waithaka, member for Kiambu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand up to request for a statement regarding the status of internet conductivity in ICT hubs within Kiambu Town constituency. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation regarding the status of internet connectivity in ICT hubs within Kiambu constituency. Honorable Speaker, in June 2022, the Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy initiated a partnership with the Kiambu Town Constituency National Government Constituency Development Fund, NGCDF, Office to enhance digital connectivity in 4 youth centers. The partnership aimed to establish fully equipped ICT hubs at Ndumberi Youth Center, Tinganga Youth Center, Kihingo Youth Center, and Geshosho Youth Center, in conjunction with Telecom Kenya. In furtherance of this initiative, on 14th June 2022, the Kiambu Constituency NGCDF office remitted payments of shillings 1,169,257 to Telecom for each of the 4 centers, amounting to a total of 4,677,028 shillings. Honorable Speaker, despite these payments and the critical nature of this project for the youth employment and digital inclusion, Telecom Kenya has either installed the internet services nor provided any explanation for the delay. The constituency office has made multiple follow-up attempts, including formal communication through letters reference KBU/constituency/04/22224 and KBU/CONNST/052/2024 dated 5th September and 23rd October 2024, respectively. However, these efforts have borne no fruit as there has been no communication from Telecom Kenya. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation on 1, report on the status of the implementation of the project by the ministry, including reasons for failure by Telecom Kenya to install internet services in the 4 youth centers despite receiving full payments of 4,677,028 shillings. 2, specific plans and implementation timeline for the installation of internet services in all 4 youth centers. And 3, framework for monitoring and ensuring timely implementation of digital infrastructure projects that support the commitment of the government to create an employment for the youth through digital information, including measures to hold service providers accountable for project implementation delays. Honorable Speaker, we really need this to be confirmed so that we can know the status, because we are very ready to implement our youth centers, but we've been frustrated by Telecom Kenya. So I would urge, Madam Speaker, that the chairperson avails this report as soon as possible. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Busia, what is it?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The statement by Mheshimiwa has just come in at the right time when I was hosting the ICT ministry in my constituency. And Madam Speaker, I really invited a lot of youth who are using these ICT apps. And there's a lot of employment happening in ICT centers. Shockingly, I learned that only 110 constituencies have undertaken this initiative of establishing ICT hubs. So, Madam Speaker, one of the key issues that was raised in that forum was the slow internet the ministry has installed. Madam Speaker, I would like to request you guide us also when they will be answering the issues of ICT hubs in Kiambu. They also address this issue countrywide so that our young people can access faster and reliable internet, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Again, I think on this issue, the most efficient way, given that we are going on recess, is to actually have the committee summon the PS ICT because they are the ones who can put pressure on Telcom. I think that would be a more efficient way. Do you agree, Honorable Member for Kiambu. And so I direct that the Honorable Majority Whip, you ensure that that happens. You don't seem to be taking notes.
Yes, yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Mugambi.
I think that motion is very important, but I think where we have reached at what His Excellency has been talking about, I think the ministry is letting the president down, because this is one of the flagship project of His Excellency the President. There seems to be a bit of disconnect, Madam Speaker, between the constituency offices, between the ministry itself, and what we and who is supposed to be doing what. So I think this is good that you direct as a matter of priority that we need to get a response, because some of us are going to implement the ICT centers from these long holidays. We understand that the CDF has released some money. Some of us have gotten some partners, and we are launching this project. My constituency, we are going to launch 5 of them, and we hope by July, where everything will be operational. But with all these issues of telecommunication and internet, if they are not taken in advance, we will not be able to implement the project fully. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, I agree, and I hope that the majority whip, whom we've directed to ensure that the ICT committee convenes a meeting in the next week before the recess.
For clarity, Honorable Speaker, that while I take instructions and must oblige, Honorable Speaker, with the principle of adequate timeline for summon and responses, if the summons are served upon the ICT Ministry tomorrow, for instance, Honorable Speaker, then it means that they'll seek to appear before the committee maybe sometime next week, Monday or Tuesday. We will be proceeding for recess. Then how soon would they be required to make their report tabled, or to have the report tabled before this House, Honorable Speaker? It again beats logic. At the end of it all, we'll end up having both reports tabled here in February, or sometimes in February. But I agree with you. We'll instruct the committee appropriately and the chairman to summon the ICT ministry.
I think the rule behind, the idea behind the rule, or the logic behind the rule, that they are given time to respond is when it is something of complexity, or that they have to ask another state department. But I think this issue of ICT hubs is on the top of government agenda. I think it's been a subject of discussion among the constituency MPs, who have actually been, I mean, it's been put at their desk that it's something they must deliver. And so it's not going to take rocket science for the ministry to be able to respond on it. They must have a list of how many have they done, and if they listen to it, the issues. And I think the member for Kiambu will attend that meeting, and any other member that has a similar problem, and then it can be resolved, because we have to be efficient. Yes, Honorable Pukose.
Madam Speaker, I think with the time limit that we have before we go into recess, this is something that many of us, me included, for NDBS, have been following and even had a discussion with their peers. He even gave me somebody who was responsible. But even with following with that, because my ICT app has been operational, but the problem is the internet. Even with that, it is not been able to actionize. So I thought maybe he needs to present a list of all the constituencies with the ICT hubs and indicate to us what actionable program he has. Because if he just comes to respond in generality, I think it is not going to assist us, because we've been following him, and the peers just talks, and is not doing anything. Even the people he gives us, we call them, they promise to do something, but they are not doing anything. And I think it is very frustrating, actually. You go to the constituency, I've even spent money to put the Safaricom to see if it can assist. And you see, Honorable Nguna is also agreeing with me. So I think something has to be done that can be able to be actionable, because they've indicated to us that they have put cyber, this cyber, I think the network, which is supposed to be accessible free through, I think, Kwanza City and all that. But all with that, nothing is happening. And I think, I don't know whether the PS and now the new CS have an idea on how the frustrations Kenyans are going through, especially the youths. Because when the president goes to a place and he says, we put ICT hub, it is now, people can now be able to access. But on the ground, people know that these things are not working. So it makes whatever statement the president is making to look ridiculous, because people are not, it is not working. People are asking themselves, you see, the head of state has good intentions, but his people, the PS and the CS, they are not doing what they should be able to do with the people within that ministry.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying this is a very urgent matter, a majority whip. And I think you take the sentiments of Honorable Pukose, and that must be in the letter to the summoning the PS, just explaining that these are the frustrations that members of parliament are facing, and so on, so that he will come with an answer. And doesn't, like I said, doesn't require time. Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next one. The Honorable Member for Nandi Hills, Honorable Bernard Kitur.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, sorry. I wish to request a statement regarding illegal organ harvesting in Eldoret City. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of Departmental Committee on Health regarding the alarming rise of illegal organ harvesting, particularly kidney harvesting, in Eldoret City and its environs. Honorable Speaker, in June 2024, a distressing case was reported to me by Mrs. Leah Chepkorir regarding a 22-year-old son, Mr. Amon Kipruto Meli. According to the report, her son's kidney was harvested at Medihill Hospital after he was lured by the facility with an offer to donate the organ at a fee of 600,000 shillings. Thereafter, he developed medical complications associated with organ harvesting. Subsequently, this incident was reported to Langas Police Station under OB number 41, dated 31st August 2024. This is just one among many undocumented cases of illegal organ harvesting by a syndicate operating within our country. Multiple reports have implicated Medihill Hospital, which is claimed to be facilitating illegal kidney transplants, organ trafficking, raising significant concerns about possible collusion between the hospital and criminal syndicates who exploit medical infrastructure for illicit organ trade. Honorable Speaker, the legal framework governing organ harvesting in Kenya is outlined in Section 80 of the Health Act, Cap 241. This legislation stipulates penalties of up to 10 million shillings or imprisonment of up to 10 years for organ harvesting or trafficking. However, these penalties appear insufficient to deter perpetrators of this illicit trade, which operates in secrecy. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health, addressing the following. 1, the current status of the investigation regarding the case of Mr. Amon Meli reported to Langas Police Station. 2, the scope and the status of the investigation into allegations of illegal kidney harvesting by Medihill Hospital. 3, the measures being implemented to ensure compliance with ethical standards and national laws regarding organ donations and transplants by healthcare institutions. 4, the strategic initiatives undertaken to identify and dismantle local and international criminal syndicates involved in illegal organ harvesting. 5, the protective measures being implemented to safeguard vulnerable population from illegal organ trade. And 6, the comprehensive support framework established for victims and survivors of organ harvesting, including compensation, medical care, and counseling services, along with specific rehabilitation programs currently in place or planned for implementation. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Member for the chairperson for health, I think, in fact, this is not an issue that you'll ask the Ministry of Health. It's actually an issue with the DCI or the IG. Because I know that I personally also took a family to report a similar incident at Langas police station less than 3 weeks ago. And the OCS confirmed that they've been investigating it for several years. So I think it's an issue that you must talk to the criminal investigators, because it's been going on for quite, the investigations have been 3 years. So I think you'll direct it actually, summon the IG, because it's the investigations is the issue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for adding into that. And it's a very weighty matter, Madam Speaker, that the committee will have to do investigation, and will also look at the law, because there is a lacuna in terms of the law in as far as organ transplant is concerned. The bill for by the National Tissue Transplant came to this House, and initially it had issues and it was withdrawn. Currently, we have a bill which is in our drafting office at the pre-publication scrutiny, and we'll be able to have a law that will govern that. But meanwhile, these are very serious allegations that I think even the public must have concern when you talk about people harvesting organs from unsuspecting Kenyans, and even doing organ trafficking, which means it goes even beyond the borders. And therefore, your direction that we have to call the IG, and we'll also have to visit Eldoret and also go to Langas, where the matter was reported, and find out what have they done. And we'll also need to see this, go to this Medihill hospital and look at how many cases they've been able to do organ transplant in that place, and also seek public opinion, members of public, anybody with information to that effect, to volunteer to the committee so that we can prepare a comprehensive report. In view of the fact that we are going on recess, I would ask Honorable Speaker that using standing order number 1, that this matter does not lapse with the Parliament going on recess, so that the committee during its recess period can do a thorough investigation on this and allow us to report to this House when Parliament resumes from recess. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think, Honorable, because you can, as chairperson, you can send a request to the substantive speaker to be allowed to sit during the recess, or at least convene at that time your committee. But there are two aspects here. There is the law that's being developed, but there is also the aspect that criminality has occurred. Offenses have occurred as we speak now, which is the illegal organ harvesting. So you look at it. I know that Honorable Nyikal and Honorable Nyamai wanted to weigh in on this. Allow Honorable Nyamai, then you, Honorable Nyikal.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I would like to support this statement by the young Member of Parliament who is very active in this House, and to agree with you, Madam Speaker, that this is not only a health matter, it is a criminal issue. And I am sure that the Honorable Dr. Pokose is equal to the challenge. This is not only happening in Kenya, it is happening in the whole of Africa. Initially, it was about poverty, but now it is about people lengthening their lives by acquiring organs of younger people and believing that when they have these organs of younger people, they can live longer. So I believe that it's a complicated matter that the committee needs not only to be assisted by experts in the Ministry of Health, but to make sure that they go also to the Ministry of Interior, where they weigh on this matter beyond health, because it's not only health. It's about poverty, it's about people's health, it's about people lengthening their lives, it's about crime. So it's a matter that is complicated, but I believe that the Honorable Bokose can deal with this matter. Thank you for giving me a chance, Madam.
Honorable Nyikal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is an extremely important matter before us, and I applaud the Honorable Member for raising it. And I want to support what the chair of our committee actually indicated. It is actually a criminal matter. It is a professional matter. And therefore, we need to look at it. We'll not only look at the police aspects, we'll also have to carefully look at the professional aspects, because for it to happen, professionals must be involved. And it's not just probably one profession, it will be a number of professions. So I think if you are given the time, and our chair can actually seek permission from the substantive speaker, so that we actually look at all aspects of this and make sure that the various laws eventually get into place, the professionals that have been involved is taken to task, and then the criminal aspects also then weigh in. So I really support the move by the member and the suggestion by our chair of the committee.
Honorable Tongoyo.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Honorable Speaker, the issue raised by the Member of Parliament for Nandi Hill, Nandi Hill, is a very serious issue, Madam Speaker, that should be of bigger concern to all of us and Kenyans. I remember in the last Parliament, Honorable Speaker, there was an issue like this, similar to this, that was actually carried in some of Daily, I think it was Daily Nation or something, to the same effect, accusing the same facility. And around that time, I think it was politics around the corner. So some people, of course, thought maybe it has got something to do with some politics and so on. But having said this, Honorable Speaker, as being said, alluded by the Chair Health, it's true there is a lacuna in law even. And there is a bill by Honorable Mwenje, I think, trying to cure that lacuna. But very unfortunate, I saw last time even in some local newspapers, they had already ran ahead even of the House and said a lot of bad things about it. But notwithstanding that, Honorable Speaker, as it is purely a criminal, this is a case, actually, it's a criminal aspect. And I think Kenyans should also be more sensitized about the vice. And with this kind of a lot of disappearance of Kenyans, with then, of course, there is a bigger concern to worry, because there could be a strong correlation with this and even some disappearance of Kenyans. And there has been a lot of allegations relating to the same. So I agree with you. As much as we pursue the legal aspect, I think more importantly also the DCI and investigatory institutions should be able to speed up and have this case investigated to the latter. And of course, culprit should be apprehended, if confirmed to be true.
Okay, thank you. Next statement, the Honorable Member for Changamwe, Omar Mwinyi. You have a statement?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labour regarding the grievances by employees of Ashton Apparel EPZ Limited and the Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited. Honorable Speaker, on 26 October 2023, I raised concerns in the House regarding unfair labour treatment of employees of Ashton Apparel EPZ Limited and Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited. Thereafter, you directed the Departmental Committee on Labour to look into the matter. In November 2023, the Departmental Committee on Labour held consultative meetings with the EPZ workers' representatives here in Parliament, where the workers' grievances were first deliberated. On Friday, 2nd February 2024, the workers' representative held a follow-up meeting where a return to work formula was agreed on. Sadly, the employees of the above-mentioned export processing zone, EPZ, companies continue to face significant challenges, including victimization, denial of rights, and hindrance from exercising their freedom to join a union. These actions not only violate their rights, but also discourage the workers from voicing their concerns on issues affecting their welfare. Concerning their welfare, safety, and fair treatment in the workplace, contrary to Article 41 of the Constitution. The persistent violation of workers' rights by the two companies calls for for comprehensive intervention of this House. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that a request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labour on the following. First, the status of implementation of the return to work formula agreed on between the Ashton Apparel EPZ Limited, Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited, and the workers' representative on 2nd February 2024. Two, the challenges faced, if any, in the implementation of the return to work formula agreed on. And three, an inquiry into the alleged violations of constitutional rights of the workers by Ashton Apparel EPZ Limited and Mombasa Apparel EPZ Limited, and recommendation for lasting solutions to the matter. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. And if you may allow, Madam Speaker, I would like to give you the current situation as it stands right now, as it stands. Madam Speaker, it is very unfortunate that the Labour Ministry, which is supposed to be the ministry which safeguards the workers' interest, it is actually the first which, of course, is trying to work with the management to thwart any effort the workers have or make to emancipate themselves from victimization and violations of their rights in companies. As we are right now, Madam Speaker, the company has sacked almost 400 employees, and they sack and employ new ones so that they remove all those who are in the union, so that the number which is required is not actually arrived at. So, Madam Speaker, I would like you to direct to have this matter dealt with next week, so that at least before we go for recess, we can actually have something to start on, and maybe even during our recess, Madam Speaker, to carry on until this matter is sorted out. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, Majority Whip, you will ensure that this matter, because I cannot see the Labour, the chairperson for the Committee on Labour, so I'll leave it to you to make sure that you alert them and to take the appropriate action as requested.
Much obliged, Honourable Speaker, and I hope the Honourable Munyi will understand again the limited timelines that we have to dispense of this matter, but we commit to have it handled the quickest time possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, now the statement by the Honourable Member for Kerusoi South, Honourable Joseph Tanui.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to read this statement. Honourable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labour regarding mistreatment and unfair dismissal of employees at Kiptageti Estate, located in Kuresoi South constituency. Honorable Speaker, Kiptageti Estate entered into a collective bargaining agreement, CBA, in January 2023 for 2 years with 150 employees on permanent terms, under which they were to be paid Kenya shillings 18 shillings 46 cents per kilogram of tea plucked. However, the factory violated this agreement by unilaterally reducing the payment to Kenya shillings 8 per kilogram, which is a significant breach of the agreed upon terms. The employees have encountered numerous injustices, including low wages, unfair dismissal, and intimidation through excessive police force when advocating for their rights. Further, the introduction of tea plucking machines has resulted in an abrupt termination without prior consultation, while others have allegedly been pressured into resigning. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labor on the following. 1. Measures taken by Kiptagich Tea Estate to reinstate the dismissed tea pluckers and provide them with compensation for unfair dismissal and lost income. Number 2, steps being taken to address the mistreatment, unfair dismissal, violations, and breach of the collective bargaining agreement and employee contracts at Kiptagich Tea Estate. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Again, I think that's under the same Committee on Labor. So I think, Honorable Osoro, you'll ensure that this reaches the chairperson who's not present. Okay, we may proceed to the next order.
Much obliged.
Order number 16, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, you may be seated. We are in the Committee of the Whole House, honorable members, and we'll start with the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill number 3. National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2024. I can see the Chairman Finance is here, so we may proceed.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. Chairman. Chairperson, Chairman Finance.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I beg to move that Clause 2 of the bill be amended as proposed. The new section 186G1 by deleting the words "the county treasury," appearing immediately after the words "control of budget," substituting therefore with the words "the national treasury." This proposed amendment is seeking to clarify on the reports submitted to various entities by the accounting office and the county government in case of a transfer of a function from the national government to a county government. It clarifies that the report will be submitted to the national treasury instead of the county treasury. This was more of a drafting error. I beg to move, Honorable Chair.
So now propose the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I don't see any interest in this. So I now put the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clauses 1A and 1B.
I now call upon the chair to move second reading of the new clause 1A and 1B.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 1A and 1B be read a second time. Honorable Chair, these new clauses came out of public participation. We've had county governments fail to remit statutory deductions like PYE, like NSSF, like SHE, like pension deductions to that they already deduct from the employees and remitting these statutory deductions to the respective entities, and therefore this requirement will mean that the controller of budget now will not approve withdrawals from the county revenue fund where those statutory deductions have not been remitted to the statutory entities. I beg to move, Honorable Chair.
Let me first of all propose. So I propose the question that new clause 1A and 1B be now read a second time. Honorable Charles, did you want to comment on this?
Chair, I just want to comment and thank the chair for bringing this issue. Actually, this is going to cure and also to bring discipline in terms of the statutory remittance by